Okay, well, it's time for another catch-up with Ian. We're talking tonight after a very impressive and very entertaining game against Accrington in a pre-season friendly, which we've won 4-3, Ian.
Yeah, the pre-season friendlies have got better as we go along, as you'd expect. The team obviously, a few new faces, getting to know each other, and Liam's had the opportunity to try out a few different things, a few different formations. Obviously very impressive on Saturday against Everton, and I think more so tonight, particularly because we're looking a lot more attack minded than we have in a long time. Scoring goals was an issue last season. We've obviously scored 2 against Everton on Saturday, 4 tonight against a very big, strong Accrington, and to be fair, we could have had 6 or 7. So yeah, it's all going in the right direction, but obviously it is pre-season. We kind of take that with a pinch of salt. And let's see what the next few games bring.
Exactly. A couple of questions about Marcus Wood. I saw him running tonight. He seems to be getting back to fitness, which is good to see. Yeah,
no, it's not fitness which is an issue with Marcus. He's just had an issue with his eye. He's just waiting for an operation on his eye.
Right.
That's my understanding is that's all kind of sorted and ready to go. Once he can get in and have that, then great. As you say, he is still keeping fit. He is, you can see him running, and there's nothing wrong with him in that respect. We just need to get this eye sorted, and then he should be back.
Good. Yeah, I see his dark glasses. He's Stevie Wonder look at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. He's looking. That's it. He's just got to be careful. You've got to protect it. Get them sorted out, and then, as I say, he's keeping his fitness levels up himself, and he's very eager to get back and playing with the others.
Yeah. And some very impressive trialists out there. Certainly tonight we saw a couple of good performances.
Yeah, and again, those players who are out there tonight are getting a chance to kind of really fit in with the rest of the lads. We've got a strong squad, we feel, anyway, from the end of last season. We knew there was gaps, we knew there was places that we had to fill, and certain aspects that were missing last season. The trialists are certainly giving Liam a lot to think about as regards filling those gaps. Add to that Marcus Carver, who started really strong this pre-season. Mo Ali, again, is the same.
He's a quality player, you can see it, can't you?
Yeah, and they're really strong. Adam Manson really seems to have come into his own over pre-season, and is playing really well at the back with Charlie Oliver, again, who's someone who seems to be really excelling. But again, it's pre-season. We kind of don't get too excited.
No.
Just each game, look at different formations, again, look at different players in different positions, because that's all this is a chance for Liam to play around and see what he likes and see what he doesn't like.
Just one final thing on the pre-season game. It must be very frustrating, isn't it? Because we played Blackpool, we played Huddersfield on Saturday. What fantastic gates they could have brought in if we'd have been playing in front of crowds.
We purposely sat down before Christmas and tried to think of which teams would bring income to the club. And Blackpool were telling us last week how they would have easily brought 2,000. Huddersfield, as many as we could let in would have come. And there's another couple of games lined up later this month and next month, which again would have guaranteed kind of between 1,000 and 2,000 visiting fans. And it was all set up with a means to generate an income, because obviously last season we lost all our pre-season and our income again because of the pitch. This pre-season, the pitch is fantastic, but we still can't have any income from home or away fans, which is a real shame.
Frustrating times. Okay, just a few things to update on. Season ticket update, how are they going?
175 members for the membership, 53 season tickets, which is fantastic, bearing in mind we've still got this uncertainty as to certainly uncertainty amongst fans as to whether the season's going to start or not. So for people to be committing, this early and straight away is brilliant. And we very much envisage that once all the announcements come out that the season is starting and fixture lists come out, then there'll be an upsurge again.
Do you think there could be a situation, if the capacity is limited, where we could be struck maybe just having members and season ticket holders in? So is it worthwhile getting a season ticket, is what we're trying to say?
No, I don't think we'll get to that stage, because we've been planning for various scenarios in relation to the percentages of capacities. We are 100% confident that we can deal with fans in the ground. We had National League representatives here for the Blackpool game who were extremely impressed with how we dealt with all the COVID regulations and what we had to do, to the point where they thought we'd gone slightly over the top. But we'd rather do that than kind of be criticised. So yeah, I mean, we're confident that if the season were to start tomorrow, we could easily accommodate at least our own fans. And the question then would simply be, how many away fans can we get in on top of that? But you know, we're just kind of taking it day by day at the minute.
I think we've seen with these pre-season games that the work that's been involved to get them on, and what Jamie particularly has put in it, and the protocols and it's just unbelievable, isn't it, what we've had to do?
Yeah, and it is. It's kind of massive kudos to James, because there has been a lot of work, and it's not necessarily the work involved in complying with all the regulations, which is tough enough. It's making sure the players comply with the regulations and the rules that we put in place, because there are players who it's tough enough for some of them to remember a face mask, never mind know when to put it on and when to take it off.
I think we've seen that.
Add to that James's amber zones and red zones and who's allowed in where. It's difficult, and as I say, it's massive thanks to James for the way he's run it so far. Blackpool were incredibly complimentary as to how it had all run. You know, from the minute they got here and the tests, the temperature tests, and to how it was organised throughout the game. And you know, it all seems to have gone to plan tonight with Accrington. So yeah, it's you know, everything seems to be going to plan, and again, just gives us more confidence moving forward, so that once fans are allowed in, we can assure fans that it's a safe environment to come to.
Been good dress rehearsals, haven't they? You mentioned the pitch before. Looking at it tonight, it looked brilliant. And the storm we had last night and we've had over the last sort of 3 nights or so, to see it in that condition, you must be made up with the condition of it.
No, it is. It's going really well. I came down for the tournament that we had here for the children on Sunday, and I got here kind of 11:30 midday, and the sun was out. It was a really nice day. 1 o'clock it was torrential rain, but within 20 minutes of the rain stopping, the pitch was dry. It all drained well. You know, it seems to be doing everything that we want it to do. And as you say, you know, even after the game tonight, it looks fantastic. So if we can keep it like that, then we'll be happy.
Excellent, that's good. You know, when the storm was going last night, I thought, oh no, we're going to game off already, but it was good to see.
And it was, to be fair, kind of getting here this morning, James got here this morning, you would never know it had been raining.
Really?
So, you know, it's doing the job.
Excellent. You mentioned there the junior tournament, which it was a massive success, I understand. There's lots and lots of children and parents are able to attend.
It ticks all the boxes to what we want to do as a club moving forward. I mean, again, massive thanks to James, to Darren, Christine, Hamish, all the volunteers who came down for the weekend. It was, you know, incredibly busy, but again, a safe environment. You know, the regular announcements reminding people about social distancing, about hand sanitising. There's hand sanitising stations all around the stadium. And it was incredibly well run. You know, I've seen nothing but compliments coming in since. And again, it's something we really want to be capitalising on now that we've got the facilities to do it. You know, I say it ticks all the boxes. We're getting the whole community involved. We're getting all the children down to the stadium. They're getting the chance to play on such a fantastic pitch. And hopefully, even if it's just a percentage of them, if they kind of get that bug and want to come back, then we've won.
There's some very little kids in South Hut shirts as well. I believe playing on that pitch must have been a massive thing for them.
And it was great because again, it was really well supported. So not only were they playing on the pitch, but they're playing on the pitch with lots of fans around the ground, in the stand, and you know, the fact that it run like clockwork as well. You know, it's brilliant, and it's something that we want to do on a regular basis, to again keep those ties with the community and give the children the chance to come and play on a pitch like this.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, just one final thing which we put out yesterday, and it goes back to the COVID. The medical officer we need to have in place, don't we? So we're looking for a volunteer. Do you want to just tell us a little bit more about that role?
We do. It's. I mean, you would hope that there is a fan out there who's got the appropriate qualifications, but to be fair, you know, they don't necessarily have to come to the game. This is just, you know, a medical expert with the appropriate qualifications who can work with James, check the regulations that we're putting in place, check that we comply with all the latest guidance that's coming out. It's essentially a tick box exercise. We just need to be able to do that to continue to the next level, which is where we want to be, which is allowing fans back into the stadium.
Yeah.
As I say, everything else we've done and completely complied with guidance, regulations from the FA, from the National League and the government. That's kind of now the last box we need to tick.
Yeah.
So again, if there's anyone interested, anyone who does want to get involved and help, get in touch with James. And even just have a chat, see what it involves, and see if it's something that you can help us with.
That's lovely. I think we've covered everything there, Ian, so thank you for your time.
No problem.